Good night, folks, and welcome to Financial Fitness JA Snippets. I'm Jade and I'll be giving you a brief outlook on the economy for Jamaica as we move through this recovery from COVID-19. 2020 in my eyes was a year of, if not a last year, a year of consolidation. There were literally some institutions that wouldn't give any loans during that year of 2020, but now we're moving into 2021. My economic outlook is still better than I expected. The advent of vaccinations and the possibility that Jamaica may be participating in these activities has made it more fruitful in terms of how you view tourism coming back to the island and how we'll be able to kickstart the different sectors to get things going. The reality is that there has been some fall off in terms of our GDP, our productivity, but not as bad as expected. As a result, I think the ratings agencies have maintained our rating standing on our debt, and as such, change the outlook to say a negative, but remain keeping the ratings, security ratings, our debt ratings, but with an outlook for negativity. So the fact is that I'm expecting a rebound in late 2021 in terms of seeing us just stabilizing. For us, a rebound is stabilizing. For America, they're expecting growth, but for us, it's just some stabilization, because the reality is that coming out of COVID, we've seen a lot of debasement in terms of just the average Joe. You've seen an uptick in crime. You've seen just general slowing business activity. Strange enough, our NIR is actually stronger than it was a few months ago, and that is mainly driven by remittances. So I guess our friends overseas have been taking care of the families out here in Jamaica, so we have benefited from that. But most of our FX coming in the market, which inadvertently affects the country significantly, is now coming through remittances. So tourism dollar is very, very low at this point, but remittances have boosted our NIR and have given us some sense of security, or at least our central bank some sense of security in terms of how they manage inflation and the value of dollar. But the reality is that the dollar is actually at record high levels going into the end of February, I believe. So there's some pullback now in terms of where the dollar is going, and I anticipate it is because of the moral suasion used by the governor of the central bank. But the reality is that the Jamaican people will need to, there has to be some increased productivity to sustain this outlook. We have infrastructure programs going on and projects going on, and even that is being stymied by crime, where we see persons are threatening the project workers in terms of extortion, and the Prime Minister has to be on social media advising that he will not be threatened. But this is the reality that we live in. COVID is that I think it's at a significant uptick for us now locally in Jamaica, and that in itself has led to increased or extended lockdowns and curfew periods. So there's also the issue that people are not addressing, which is the mental health in terms of the general society. People are experiencing depression, anxiety, people are losing family members, and people are worried about the state of our medical facilities. All these things play in terms of productivity. So what I'm looking for is we should get these things sorted out to some extent by the end of 2021. But businesses will continue to do what they do, well, a number of them that are allowed to. So we'll just have to, as Jamaicans, stick it out. But it is not as bad as it seemed last year. I think the economy is fairly stable, with some downside, yes, but fairly stable. My expectation was that it would be a lot worse, but with the advent of vaccinations, we may see some uptick on that side of the country in terms of tourism, and that should boost the economy to some extent. So if there is any differing opinion, I'm open to insight and learning from all the members of our community. So feel free to share, but that's my outlook just so far, a cursory outlook on the economy so far, about March 1st or the beginning of March rather. Thank you.